So could you
Right.
maybe share an example of some kind of innovative solution that your team has implemented recently?
Yes, there's a multinational software corporation that I did some work for, and they were in the process of merging two or three or four different entities into one. And they had this one incredibly large printer. It was probably about maybe $500,000, but they did a lot of banners on it. They did a lot of high production runs, you name it. Now, under the new regime, that piece of hardware would have been obsolete because there was not a way to integrate it into anything. And I couldn't believe that there was something. This thing is top of the line. It can do everything. I mean, it could probably even print another one of itself on. That's how complex this thing was. So I went ahead and did a little digging into it. I called the manufacturer, I called the people. And what I did was took what they wanted to do over at this place. I'm trying to figure how can I take this large piece of equipment that they really need and make it work. I had to go ahead and be the unpopular guy. And I had to tell these people, hey, you can't do this part and this part because this is what's going to go ahead and take this large piece of equipment out of the equation. So how do we fix this part to keep that involved in it? And it's because I had the idea to go ahead and keep this alive that they were able to keep it alive. They were able to continue with that. And they just had to give up a little bit of convenience. But they would have probably gained maybe like 20 minutes on efficiency. Whereas this way, you just readjust your thinking for a little bit and you don't lose anything on efficiency and you don't lose $250,000 piece of equipment. And they were just stunned by it. I said, yeah, everything has its cost. Everything has its thing. And one of the things that I don't like doing is wasting money. I could have just went ahead and said, yeah, go ahead, throw this thing away, junk it, and buy this new. But they would have added time, resources, people, because we would have had to train them on the new piece of equipment. By the time you take all of that capital of training, rebuilding the whole 9 yards, you would have lost any savings that you would have got. You win the day and you look better. Granted, there will be times where you got to come up against people that are like, no, we've got to have it. Okay, at least I gave it a fair shot. I won't win them all, but if I can say at the end of the day, I gave them my fair shot and they said, no, go ahead and engineer it the way we want to, I can go to bed with and sleep with my head on my pillow. Okay.
Excellent.